ASEAN startups, including some 40,000 in Singapore, can expect to secure investments from investors through matchmaking sessions called Deal Fridays. Now, this is a new initiative by the Monetary Authority of Singapore and Enterprise Singapore. Brandon Tonoto with more.
The Deal Fridays sessions will be held in Singapore for 19 weeks, starting from next week.
This Deal Friday will be organized along sectoral themes like finance and banking, fintech, transport and mobility, advanced manufacturing, just to name a few. And it will be an opportunity for startups from Singapore and ASEAN to come and be matched with potential investors who are interested in the technologies and ideas that these startups will have.
In fact, the Monetary Authority of Singapore is confident the initiative will be a boon for startups, as well as cement Singapore's position as a global Asian node.
We hope this year we're able to close $1 billion of capital raised, actual capital going into the system. I hope that happens and we can make a big mark in Singapore as a place to raise global capital for the startups.
The initiative is part of the combined Singapore FinTech Festival and Singapore Week of Innovation and Technology, which will be held in November. The two events aim to bring together players and experts from the fintech and technological innovation space, and in turn drive business transformation and adoption of technologies in companies, as well as foster greater collaborations. Last year, both events drew nearly 55,000 delegates from some 130 countries. Other key themes the event will focus on include climate change, sustainability, as well as regulation in the adoption and implementation of innovative technologies.
The regulations are actually a large part of enabling many of these new innovations, and I think that's where we want to learn from MAS as well, to stretch that regulatory innovation into other sectors that we work with to provide those solutions that I think the world is really looking for.
In the bigger scheme of things, this upcoming event comes on the back of the growing strategic weight of Asia, with Asian economies' share of global GDP projected to double from 26% in 2000 to 50% by 2050. It's also amid a rapidly changing global environment where Singapore is doubling up on its efforts to restructure the economy by urging companies to innovate and invest in its people so that the economy remains resilient even in the face of global uncertainties.